Great, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the meditation moment here this morning at CSL Cape Coral. My name is Karen Gidley, and I am a licensed practitioner here at CSL Cape Coral. So, as we begin here the meditation, just take a moment to find a comfortable position. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out slowly. And gently close your eyes if you haven't already. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And today I want to bring attention to tomorrow, which is the Earth Day. And so I'd like to do an Earth Day meditation today. This will be recorded if you want to listen to it again tomorrow. And bringing to the attention also that this was started back in 1970. That was a protest against the exploitation of our environment. And it's been celebrated now around the world as a holiday in honor of protecting it. So just thinking about today, if you're planting trees or if you're making your way through a concrete jungle, I encourage you to take just a few moments to bask in the gratitude for Earth's incredible bounty and beauty. So just imagine your favorite place on Earth, be it sitting under a tree, in a meadow with the wind blowing, or on the side of a river where the water is just gently rolling across rocks, and just a beautiful sound of the water running. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then just visualize the bare ground underneath that is supporting you. And connect your mind with the earth. Take a few deep grounding breaths. And bring your awareness to your senses. And just notice anything in the environment in that favorite place where you're sitting, whether it be feeling the breeze against your skin or the smell of a flower, any birds singing. And just continue to breathe deeply and slowly. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. And as you inhale, imagine that you're filling your heart with love. And imagine that love spreading throughout your body. And with each breath, feel the love in your heart expanding outward to fill the space around you and continuing to grow steadily. And as you fill your heart with overflowing love, bring to your mind the many things that you are grateful for. You may think of your own healthy body, people you love, nourishing food, clean water and air, and of course a comfortable home. And then feel the power of your gratitude. Feel it amplify the love radiating from your heart. And eventually encompassing the entire planet. Now shift your focus to the earth and consider that everything that you experience, love, and feel gratitude for is made possible by this incredible planet that sustains you. The air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, and the materials that build your home, and the clothing that all come from the life-giving planet that you call home. And keeping mindful of your breath, as you inhale, feel the air in your lungs, bringing life-giving oxygen to your bloodstream. Breathe in gratitude. And acknowledge for millions of people that gratitude right now. Breathe in love. And as you inhale, remember the oxygen that's entering your lungs comes from plants, the trees, the grass, and the flowers around you. And as you exhale, remind yourself the carbon dioxide of your exhale is being absorbed by your houseplants or the grass outside or the trees. And your inhale is an absorption of the oxygen released by these very same plants. Breathe into that interdependence. Think of a seed as a metaphor until it comes in a small white envelope with hundreds of others, and as you press each one carefully into the damp earth, whisper grow to the radish seed and thrive to the sunflower. Ready a bed full of dirt and microbes and love. And soon the stems and leaves, as tender as hope, will sprout tiny prayers in these strange times. The Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh often talks about how we have many seeds within us. Seeds of love, compassion, gratitude, as well as the seeds of negativity, anger, and fear. Part of the practice of living is watering and nourishing the seeds that we want to flourish within us and in the world. So choose a seed inside of you that you want to nourish and grow. Love, peace, compassion, whatever is calling you. And imagine the seed beginning to sprout, sending the tenderest shoot out. Now imagine it growing, unfurling, climbing up your spine. And imagine too the roots that the seed sends down. Imagine the roots sinking down through wood and concrete to burrow into the deep, rich, dark earth. Now let those roots spread out, drawing nourishment from the earth and deep water sources, and nourishing the earth in return. Feel how you can be rooted right here, right where you are, in compassion or love or whatever aspect you have chosen. And feel your roots intermingling with the roots of the trees and plants around you. And feel how all of us are reaching our roots out to each other. How we each can be blossoms and fruits of love and compassion, understanding and joy, and more. Feel into what it means to be interconnected, interdependent with every being on this planet. Then let it go with trust and gratitude. And take this moment to silently thank the earth for all that you appreciate in your life. Expand your appreciation to all that exists simultaneously and harmoniously on the planet. And then we can close with this mantra: healing the earth brings with my own healing. Healing the earth begins, with my own healing. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. Love on the planet begins with the love in my own heart. Healing the earth begins with my own healing. And love on the planet begins with the love in my own heart. And when you're ready, just bring your presence back into the room, wiggling your toes and fingers, feeling the seat as it supports you. And take a nice deep breath in and release out. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. And we will take a break now until 10:30, and we will come back here and have our wonderful Sunday celebration. Thank you.
starting soon, it says on the screen, but actually we're starting now, and a good morning to you. I'm John Coriel. Nice to see you all here today for this wonderful celebration that we are going to have. Yes, where we celebrate your spiritual magnificence. And we're going to start that off with some magnificent music, too, from the Big Love Band. All right, let's welcome.
Good morning. Well, we need a little help bringing our energy up, so stand
Happy
with us
Sunday.
and get our blood flowing this morning. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling, lives deep inside, my job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Everyone has a story, everyone has pain. When we strip away our masks, we find we're really all the same. It's those little things we say and do that can mean so much. It's a smile, a connection, a simple loving touch. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling, lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day.
Every day.
Today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do to be a radiant child of God and let my love shine through? I'm gonna let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. I'm gonna share my joy, share my love, give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling, lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day.
Every day.
Those kind. Jack into and up the hill to fetch a pail of water. And then Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came running after. She said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind, and I know we'll be fine.
My religion is kindness.
My church is nature, my God is a feeling, lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path is forgiveness, my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day.
Every day.
My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day.
Every day.
What a great thought, huh? Ah, yes, my religion is kindness. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. And we are going to together say what we have on the screen here and welcome everyone and bless everyone together, shall we say? Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the center. Yes, yes. As you may well know, Ernest Holmes is that name. He's the founder of the philosophy and that we teach here, universal truths found in all spiritual teachings, both traditional and contemporary. And you can visit our website at cslcapecoral.org for more information, information about upcoming events, and to submit a prayer request, and to send us your comments and your questions, anything that you have going on there. And we want to thank Reverend, well, did you hear that? I don't know. Is that a slip of something? I don't know. Karen Gidley, who is a licensed spiritual science of mind practitioner here at the center. She's holding the high watch for our celebration. She's maintaining a high consciousness through meditation, realizing wholeness for the community, and the highest and best for attendees, service teams, and for our guest speaker, who's not a guest at all. The wording that just never changes. And let's put it back together here with a beautification meeting. We had the building painted, as you may know and have heard and seen, and it looks beautiful too. And we are having a beautification evening, Monday, April 22nd. 6 to 8 p.m., getting things back together because we had to move things aside. Is that tomorrow? The 22nd, Monday the 22nd? That's tomorrow, okay, well, all right, so it's tomorrow. Monday, April 22nd, that hasn't changed, has it? 6 to 8 p.m. for that, so drop by and help put things back where they were before. And let us support the Center for Spiritual Living School of Spiritual Leadership. They are going to be meeting here at our center, having a retreat at our center this weekend. And this Friday night, healing sound bath at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, they're having a sacred dance and movement at 4 p.m., followed by a dish, a luscious dish of a potluck coming up after that at 6 p.m. So join us for that. Those are people coming in who are becoming ministers from all over the country, as well as this area too. And we are going to have some more blessed music from this wonderful band here, the Big Love Band. Let's welcome them.
Take it easy on yourself. Don't let your mistakes repay you. Let your intuition help. See yourself the way God made you. Life will wait for you. It's never too late for you. So before you live anybody else, take it easy on yourself. When you feel you wasted time, failure is your only notion. You can always change your mind. See mistakes as forward motion. Judgment mentality becomes a reality. So before you try with anybody else, take it easy on yourself. Don't punish yourself, though the world around you will always put you to test. Keep loving yourself, let your faith around you be a friend to the one who knows you best. Judge mentality becomes your reality. Judge mentality becomes your reality. Take it easy on yourself. Don't let your mistakes repay you. Let your intuition help. See yourself the way God made you. Life will wait for you. It's never too late for you. Before you try with anybody else, take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Let's take it on. Take it easy on yourself.
Always a good idea to take it easy on yourself. I have one of those little plaques at home that says to take it easy on yourself, John. You're a good person and all of that. At this time, we're going to let the young people who may be in attendance today head off to the youth program, and they're going to have some good fun there too, I know. We have a marvelous children's program that is provided by headquarters and giving us things to teach the little ones so their minds are full of good stuff. And right now, my mind is full of more good music, I guess, or no, support your spiritual, she points, and I'm going, oh yes, spiritual mind treatment workshop coming up on Wednesday, April 24th at 7 p.m. That's be 7 to 10 p.m. And it's online, and it's a love offering basis, $25 suggested. And that's coming up on the 24th, so don't miss out on that. I like the PB&J, being a PB&J, peanut butter and jelly guy. Drive is still on, so that is April 1st through the 29th for the whole month of April. And you can bring some peanut butter and donate it. And by golly, that's the way to bring it up. And something marvelous is happening too, and that is the May 4th, our 50th anniversary gala, going to be right here at the center. And that's celebrating our 50th anniversary. Can you imagine that? The center has been here 50 years. All right. Yes, indeedy, and that's going to be 4 to 7 p.m. And now we're going to have some more music from the Big Love Band, and I appreciate your coaching also. Thank you. Let's make them welcome, huh?
I'm sure a lot of you know this song already. The children's group have done it, so feel free to do the movement if you know the sign language to it. It is a beautiful sign language. But it was recommended for this month, and we actually fell in love with the video. So Jer has been very generous in timing it with us, and so feel free to either close your outer eye or watch the video as we sing this song.
You are the face of God.
Oh, beautiful, huh? Wow. Ah, you are the face of God, indeed. I've been watching some things on TV just recently, and they've been, for some reason, just doing some very close-ups of faces, and I can really relate to that quite well. Our friend Sharon Bach made her transition on Saturday, April 13th. In lieu of a memorial service, a group of her friends, myself included, are celebrating Sharon's life today at noon at Seacraft Restaurant over there off, what's it called? Marina Town, yes, yes, yes. So join us for Breaking Bread and for The Love of Sharon. That's coming up this afternoon at 12 noon. So we'll look forward to that. And the face of God is showing forth in this licensed practitioner named Valerie Data, who's going to deliver this week's reading and opening prayer. Valerie?
Good morning, all. And I want to say what a perfect song selection that was for this week's message. Just so beautiful. Let's give the Big Love Band another round of applause, please. So beautiful. I had to compose myself, not get carried away. So, the giant gentleness. For the reading, I've selected part of an article from the Science of Mind. I found it to be right on, and it's a gentle, loving presence. I'm reading from page 29. Gentleness as our superpower. As we develop greater harmony with spirit, our gentleness becomes our superpower. Being gentle with ourselves, we align more with who we truly are. In time, we may begin to notice that what other people say and do no longer triggers us or controls our behaviors the way it might have in the past. Becoming gentler with ourselves, we are more likely to let go of old grievances, worry less, and not spend so much time rushing through life fueled by anxiety. Instead, we relax our bodies, calm our thinking, and connect with our hearts. It is there in our heart space that we find our gentle strength and learn, like the old growth trees, to stand sturdy in the winds of outer change, chaos, and turmoil. We learn to be self-governing, discerning how we want to be in the world and what is ours to do. What's more, we learn to live in the present moment, not in worrying about the past or fearing the future. Storms may swirl around us, but we are stable, serene, and mighty within. Being a gentle presence in the world, entering the still, giant expanse of our heart space, we are better able to offer compassion, kindness, and gentleness to ourselves, to others, and to the world at large. So let's take a moment now for standing in the light. Please bring to your heart and mind someone or a situation you wish to hold in the light in a few moments of silence. So I am so grateful to know the truth. There is just one infinite, divine, loving intelligence. And in that gratitude, I am so grateful to know that it is the divine essence of me. It revitalizes me daily. It uplifts me and it empowers me to know the truth and to live my life from that basis. And so I'm grateful to know that it is the divine essence of everyone, of our beautiful community, both here present and online, and actually the divine essence of everyone in the world, even if they don't acknowledge it. So it's great joy and gratitude in my heart to know that today's celebration is a gift we give ourselves. May we each be awakened, uplifted, and empowered to act as that love and light in the world that we are. And so I declare my word, release it into the law of mind where it is done. And please anchor this in prayer with me as we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now it's my great pleasure, and please welcome Reverend Chris to the stage right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. Well, good morning, Grand Rising, everybody. So good to be here, as always. But it's great to have you here as well, because it wouldn't be the same if you weren't. So thank you. So I do want to start off kind of where we were at our meditation today. Happy Earth Day. Tomorrow is Earth Day, so whoop, whoop, whoop. Just inviting us to have a little love and good thoughts. However you like to celebrate Earth Day, may it be a blessed day for you. And, everybody, everything can always use more love and attention. So this week, Giant Gentleness, taking it to the streets. So this is how we take Giant Gentleness out into the world at large. And I want to start off with, it's going to be a story. I had the idea of this, what I thought was a spiritual law that I was going to share with everybody, which I'll get to that in a moment, but the story will help set it up a little bit. So the story is this. Back in 2013, my family and I, we had just moved to Cleveland, and my wife's uncle lived about 45 minutes south of us, and he was up visiting. He and I and the dogs were out walking in the neighborhood. We're a couple blocks away from our house, and I see Uncle Rob reach over and pick up a piece of garbage. And it was like some sort of like a food wrapper or something, looked a little gross. But I just watched him and picked it up, and I didn't say anything. And we kept going about our way. We get back to our house, and I watch. He goes into the house, he throws it away, and washes his hands. And that was it. And I was like, I never would have thought of that. Like the old me, the habitual me would have, walked along and said, whoever lives here should clean up the garbage in their yard, and just kept walking right on by. But I watched him do that, and I saw how easy, simple it was. Even if it's something that maybe you didn't want to touch. I was just like, wow. And so that day, Uncle Rob picked up one piece of garbage, but it individually inspired me to pick up, since that time, probably a few hundred pieces of garbage. So that one small act had a bigger effect. And it doesn't end there, because as I've done that, after seeing him do that, I've been in public where a couple times I've noticed somebody, after I do that, kind of look at me and be like, And I see like that same kind of dawning, like, I could do that. And it's such a small thing, but it literally makes the world a better place, like right before your eyes. When you're walking along and I see that, it's like, somebody should clean that up. But when you do, and then you look like, wow, that looks a lot better. So like visibly making the world a better place, that's simple. And so I'm confident that at least a couple people have also taken inspiration from myself. So Rob inspired maybe thousands of pieces of litter to be picked up. And then I also think about who inspired Uncle Rob. So this is what I was going to coin, I thought, the term of the law of contagion. That was contagious. Turns out there actually is an old belief called the law of contagion. It's somewhat related, but not quite the same. This is kind of more the ripple effect. So I'm calling it the law of contagion 2.0. And to me, it just illustrates how much power we actually have when we feel maybe helpless sometimes out in the world. What can we do? And so this week, we're continuing our discussion of giant gentleness and how we talk about this shift in consciousness of humanity, how we are creating a new earth, a new way of being that welcomes, recognizes everybody, meets the needs of everybody. We'll hear this term over and over in Centers for Spiritual Living. We're creating a world that works for everyone, and we mean everyone. And so the idea of gentle giantness, again, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Gentleness is not weakness. It's not letting somebody walk all over you. It's actually the opposite. It takes courage to stand up in a way that's opposite of how we've been conditioned to act. We human beings, we've been around a long time, and for the most part this entire time, it's been an eye for an eye, fight fire with fire, and seen as weakness if you don't show up in that way. But it's easy to show up in that way. It's easy to react and just get right back into it, but that doesn't change anything, and it just keeps this cycle going. And we've seen some, avatars along the way, like the Gandhi, who, talked about peaceful resistance, who inspired Martin Luther King Jr., who talked about peaceful resistance. That's the only way that we actually see change happening. So this week, taking it to the streets, we're looking at how it applies in our politics, social justice area, how it applies in our social media, and how it applies in our communities within our communities. So when it comes to politics, that's a tough one. Ernest Holmes actually kind of gives us a little bit of a glimpse of what we've got to think about. And it comes from where Jesus told the story, and it was, if you bring gifts to the altar, but you have hate in your heart, or you have angst with your brother, leave the gifts for right now. Go fix this with your brother, and then come back and offer your gifts. So Ernest Holmes, in response to that, he says, because we cannot enter into peace while we are in a state of confusion. It cannot be done. We cannot manifest love when we have a mental equivalent of hate in our hearts and minds. So when it comes to politics, we have our opinions. I have my opinions, Lord knows. I do my best to not bring them in here too much, because when I first started right before I found Centers for Spiritual Living, we wanted to find a place to go and explore our spirituality, and I tried one church. And the spiritual message was wonderful. It's like, I can get behind this. This resonates with my view of the world, of reality. And then another pastor came out and gave the second message, and he began by saying, if you saw what happened in the Supreme Court last week, whether you did or not, I'm telling you, you need to be angry. And I agreed with what he was saying. I did see what had happened. This is back in 2009. I don't even remember what it was now, but I did see what he was talking about, and I was angry. But I didn't want to come in on a Sunday to explore my spirituality to feel angry. And I don't want that to happen here. And so I do my best to keep my opinions to myself from the pulpit. I'm always happy to talk about them on the side, but the idea is we have our opinions and we have our beliefs. I think genuinely, deep down, we all want the same thing, but we've got vastly different ideas of how to get it. But we get tied up in the ideas, the opinions, and then we hold the people that have the opinions that are different than ours in a less than human sense. We see it. We even hear people, saying it in the news, where they'll call people on the opposing sides evil. They're evil. They're demons. They're all kinds of stuff that that they all want to. When we generalize for a whole group of people, they all want to just kill all these people. They all want to just ruin this. All these different things that come up. But like the song said earlier, I love the music. Yes, Valerie was absolutely right. The music was perfect today. Because we see the differences, but how do we look past the differences to see the things that we have in common? And that's really hard to do when it comes to politics. And so that's kind of our task in gentle giantness, is to see, like, we can have our beliefs, we can be activists, we can do the steps that we feel we can, but let's hold everybody as human being first and foremost. And that's a shift in just our way of how we carry ourselves forward. And one other thing, I have one more quote about this that really resonates with me, because I talked a couple weeks ago about how we're not heads of state, most of us, at least not in here. We might not be state legislators or in positions of power to where we can really directly affect change. But like myself, I can read what's in the news, I can read what's on Facebook or Twitter and get myself kind of activated about something that I'm not doing anything about. If I'm not like sending an email or making a phone call to my state representative or something like that, why am I getting all worked up on it? And this is a quote from, I'm not sure, Ivan Nuru, who says, "If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind too." Yeah. And thank you. That's how I felt when I came across this one, because it's my reminder. Because how can, we sit and be keyboard warriors and we get caught up in what it is and we just keep ourselves in a constricted state of fear, worry, angst, anger.
Your piece, it's too expensive.
Yes. Cassie says if it disrupts your peace, it's too expensive. Absolutely. Let that go the best that we can. And so that's around kind of how it goes into politics. And I kind of alluded to like sitting behind on your keyboard warrior. So the next area for gentle giantness to give it an approach is in social media. So back in 2017, it blew me away when I saw this story. And it was a comedian and a writer named Sarah Silverman. Very opinionated, very funny person, but very opinionated. And put some opinions out there and then got the response that you would expect from some people. And somebody called her something really nasty. And, our training, our conditioning says fight back, fire with fire, and you're going to type angry, and you're going to send that off, and you're going to do whatever, demean that person or whatever. But she paused. She's like, wait a minute, let's look. And then went and looked at that person's page and saw what they were going through. And like, oh my gosh, they've got like 4 slipped discs. They're in a lot of pain. They don't have health insurance. They don't have money to go see anybody. And then dug a little deeper and like, oh my gosh, and this person was abused as a child. And so instead of responding in the way that our instincts or reactions tell us to, she just responded and said, hey, I looked at you, at your page, and you're in a lot of pain. I'd be angry too. And then said, to the greater community, what can we do to help this person out? Does anybody live in this, I believe it was like Texas, does anybody live in this area of Texas who might know a back doctor, or maybe you are? How can we get this person in there? And let's get some money raised to help this person do it. And then apparently, behind the scenes, even paid for this person's medical expenses. But just by reaching out in that way, that person said, wow, I'm sorry that I responded that way, and you've changed my mind. And also, you reminded me, I used to be somebody that liked to help people. I used to do that, and I had forgotten. So this person went from vilifying her to like, thank you, you brought me back into who I am. And in that kind of contagion idea, a couple years later, Patton Oswalt, another opinionated comedian, same thing. He had a very similar experience, went and looked at the person's page and said, wow, this person's hurting. And then supported their fundraiser, and that person that was trying to raise $5,000 for something ended up getting $13,500 with the $2,000 that Patton donated to start it. And all that angry typing that we do, it doesn't change anyone, and it actually kind of strengthens it, and it feeds that energy of eye for an eye. But these 2 different ways, or the one way by 2 different people in contagion, actually caused shift. And that's powerful. So again, gentleness is not weakness. It takes strength and courage to stand out of the norm. Because I know a lot of people would be like, how can you be nice to that person? This is what they said. But that's the way that we create shift on this planet. So then the third thing that we come up with is just holding that space. So there's one last quote I want to share from Ernest Holmes. And it's again to that idea of we got to see past our differences and recognize that whatever's within us, that gentle giantness within, which I call spirit or God, is that presence that makes us who we are, seeing through to that, and that's our power for shifting the consciousness. So Ernest Holmes, in the book What Religious Science Teaches, says, if we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the gleam. Ernest Holmes, he knew what he was talking about. But there's power there, like immense power, and that's the only way that we can start to shift what it is that we want to see in this world and be. So something else that just by happenstance came across my awareness a couple weeks ago, it was somebody had written an article about if you're feeling helpless during these times. You know, we're in this election year, so we're going to start to see the vitriol accelerate. We're going to start to see the name calling and the doom saying, and this is whatever, stop there. But when you're feeling helpless, this person says, find something in community that you can do, and find it at the level that you're able to. So maybe if you are friends with somebody in the state legislature, you can get a hold of them. And how can I organize? How can I inspire to create some shift? How do we, what do we do? But for most people, for myself, I don't know anybody like that. So maybe it's city council. Do I know somebody in the city council? Or, no, maybe it's in my HOA in my neighborhood. Maybe how can we organize a meeting where we come together and discuss issues that are local to us and just allow people to be heard and to explore other ideas. Or maybe it's let's organize a cleanup in our neighborhood. We'll go out and just clean things up together and visibly make the world a better place that way. That there's little things. And it went further down, like maybe the best that you're able to do at your level of where you're at is within your own household. So how can you even just create with your loved ones an opportunity to, hey, let's get together. What can we go do to make the world a better place? And what can we talk about to lift each other up, to recognize what's good about you, what's good about you, what's good about you, have that conversation and just shift our awareness, knowing that those little things ripple out, that we have so much more power than we can imagine. So with that, we will have one last kind of story to go to, but before, I want to go over our spiritual principle. So I'm calling it the Law of Contagion 2.0, and it's just that actions and ideas spread like wildfire when they find resonance with individuals. So when you are in that place and you are inspired to take action, do it. And one thing about the Law of Contagion is I've seen it go both ways, because at times in my life, I've been to where I wasn't prayed up. I wasn't in my meditative practice. I was in maybe a funk, a bit of a depressed state, to where I've seen somebody else do something that was maybe not for their best, not for their well-being, and it resonated with me. I'm like, I could do that too. And I took myself down a downward spiral. This is right before, well, I guess it was about 20 years ago. But I've seen how that law of contagion can go both ways. And so I think a part of the awareness is just knowing where you are mentally and trying to keep yourself subdued when you know you're not in the most healthy place, and look for inspiration. And when you are in that healthy place, get out there and take action in the community, because you never know who it's going to influence. And then our spiritual practice is just setting that intention to let the gentle giant within be your leading presence. So you're making a conscious choice to pause and assess and move forward with giant gentleness as our leading personality. Like that's what Sarah Silverman did when she's like, wanted to respond, but she paused. And she said, and opened up to something bigger, and then saw like, wow, I'd feel like kind of a jerk if I attacked this person who's really suffering, even though they attacked me. But I don't have to do that, because I'm my gentle giant, and I can stand in who I am and not let somebody else have power over me to make me react in a certain way. I can be that, and then choose a conscious way of moving forward. So our affirmation is I boldly choose to respond in kind ways that represent spirit in action. It takes courage. So if you're with me on this, will you join me in reading this affirmation as we say, I boldly choose to respond in kind ways that represent spirit in action. And through that's how we start to really create that shift on this planet that we have. So what I wanted to finish with on this idea of the law of contagion is, I'm guessing most people have heard of this, but maybe not. It's the 6 degrees of separation of Kevin Bacon. That if you trace any one person, it started as a game, like you could trace one actor, and within 6 different people, trace it back to Kevin Bacon. But the concept is, and this is in real life, that mathematically and statistically, you are never more than 6 people separated from anybody in the world. So anyone, Joe Biden, Netanyahu, Donald Trump, it doesn't matter who, you are 6 degrees or less from anybody. Kevin Bacon, I'm about 3 degrees away. So I just want you to take a second to just visualize this. Imagine, that you're at work or maybe at a store and somebody is having a really tough moment and they are in their space where they are showing up very poorly, and then maybe they're attacking somebody, and your instinct is to run in and attack back. But then you pause and you assess and you say, how can I bring gentleness to this situation? How can I find out what this person needs and help them instead of just attacking them, sending them on their way, and creating more of that angst in the world? And now imagine this, that somebody that's there is a witness to it. Kind of like me when I watched Uncle Rob pick up the garbage. Somebody witnessed it and was inspired. And then they talked to somebody on their way home. They stopped to have drinks with friends, and they tell somebody who then says, wow, that was pretty cool how that person handled that. And they tell their spouse, and their spouse happens to be friends with a staffer for so-and-so on Capitol Hill. And you never know that one little thing can reach anybody and cause shift and change and to inspire. And so we all have more power than we could ever imagine. And it begins by recognizing that gentle giant within and saying, I'm not going to let the world out there shake me, because I'm going to pay attention to what's in here that is me, that forms me, that gives me breath, that gives me the strength, and carry on. So let's be that gentle giant, and let's anchor that in by going within and just imagining a world that works for everyone. Imagine having the strength and courage of the infinite, that gentle giant, the mountain within, with absolute resolve to know that when we need strength, when we need courage, when we need the ability to rise above our knee-jerk reactions and be kindness, that presence is there for us. So I just acknowledge that that's it. There's only one infinite life, one source of all, one consciousness, one mind, and that each and every individual walking this planet is an extension of that one mind. And so while we recognize all the different opinions and ways that people might have to create the world that they see that would work for everyone, we may disagree on how to get there. But we all come from that same source. So that life force of love with a capital L is the very energy that breathes us, that grows our bodies, that moves the planets. And that same life force is in every single cell, atom, subatomic particle of each individual. And it's all the one thinking mind of the universe. So as we tap into that, may we find the inspiration, and may we be the inspiration. May each and every individual who hears this know that you are bathed in love with a capital L, that this consciousness pervades and persists, and that it is ours to use when we draw upon it. So in gratitude for that life source, knowing that each and every person is always surrounded and carried by that light, I say thank you. In gratitude for the creative mechanism of the universe, the creative mind that we are all part of, that we all use, I say thank you. And to every individual who has set the intention to make the world a better place, one thought at a time, one action at a time, I say thank you. And for the presence and love that is felt all around, I say thank you. So I affirm right here and right now that that love and light of the infinite is what each of us are. And as we go forward throughout this week, shift occurs all around us in bigger and better ways. And may we find the peace that is the mountain, the gentle giantness within. So with that deep gratitude for each and every person that hears these words, and for the love and law that makes it so, I release these words knowing that it's already done, and now it's our joy to simply live life and allow it to be, and I affirm it by saying, and so it is. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we've got our ushers coming around. This is where we give the opportunity to share time, talent, and treasures. Many ways to support the center. We like to make it easy. My favorite is always text to support. So you just text the dollar amount to 239-320-3820, which I will do in just a moment. And many other ways. So you can check out our website. You can mail it to us in person. And of course, we have our wonderful greeters today that will be passing around the baskets. You can also place your prayer requests in there. Prayers work. So if you'll take your offering, whether it was already done online before or whatever, and just hold it in your hand or in your heart and your mind and join us with this affirmation as we say, today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. So thank you. And so it is. Thank you.
Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others had stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good.
For all that continues to be shared, for the service of everyone, and just knowing that everything that is given is circulated, returned to the giver in bigger and better ways, and the cycle continues for the circulation of spirit in all ways. So for this, I am grateful, and I know that this is all blessed, and so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So one reminder, next Sunday is Potluck Sunday. So 2 potluck opportunities next weekend. The School of Spiritual Leadership Florida campus is where I went through in my ministerial training. Wonderful group of people, so we definitely encourage you to come on Friday night and participate in the sound bath. It's going to be wonderful. They brought some people in from Orlando that are doing that. They're supposed to be really good. And then Saturday is the Sacred Movement and Dance opportunity from one of the students is presenting that. She's one of my favorite students. She was there when I was as well, so I'm happy to see her in person, which followed by a potluck Saturday night. So we get 2 potluck opportunities this next Saturday. So, come check it out. It's all love offering basis, and everybody's welcome. All right, with that said, Big Love Band, take it away. Take us home.
My religion is kindness, my church is nature. Have a great week.